everyone, welcome back to the Stitches and Scribbles channel. My name is Erin, and today I am preparing for a craft fair. Well, it's actually an open house that I've been invited to be a vendor at, but a craft fair nonetheless, where I'll be selling the stuff that I make. If you want to go back to one of my previous podcast episodes, it's either the one immediately before this video or the one before that. I will have talked about all of the other items I'm bringing, but I noticed as I was packing up my stuff that I'm really low on plushies, and that's the item that I do the best with. So my goal for the next couple days is to crank out as many plushies as humanly possible for this craft fair. I'm going to be starting with a new pattern because I've seen it all over TikTok and Instagram as well. But it's the leggy frog pattern, which is actually a no-sew pattern, which I think is really going to work in my favor because I should be able to crank them out even faster. So I'm going to try to make a bunch of those this afternoon. It's currently Monday and it's almost noon now, and my craft fair is Wednesday at 5 p.m. So I have this afternoon, tomorrow, and Wednesday to get a bunch of plushies done. I'm going to start with the leggy frogs and see how many I can get. So I have a couple of shades of green blanket yarn. These two I just purchased from Joann. I have kind of this mossy color and this neon sparkle color. I also found both of these in my stash, so like an emerald green and kind of a tealy green. So I think I'm actually going to start with these and see if I can get a frog in each of these colors and then move on to my bigger skeins to keep going. I also have some pink back here for the blush, and somewhere I should have a little bit of black to do the eyes. I also have my polyfill and some flat gardening marbles, which I use to add a little bit of weight to my plushies. I'm going to go ahead and jump in because I got to get started in order to be able to get a bunch of frogs done. So we're just gonna get started. Here we go. Okay, I now have two little frogs done. I think they're turning out super cute. I did learn a couple things in my first two. So this was my very first one, and you can see that the arms kind of curl, although they're getting better as I kind of like play with it. But I realized that loose tension is really important for the arms. So you can see that on this one, they're a little bit looser and more floppy and just kind of lay better. So I'm definitely going to keep that in mind as I keep doing these. So far they're taking me about 40 minutes, I think, maybe closer to 35. So they're definitely in line with the No Sew octopuses in terms of like how much time they take. So I think I can put them at the same price in my shop. But I'm going to keep plugging along with more frogs. It's about 1:15 now. So yeah, I guess they're taking, what, I've been working for an hour and 15 minutes. So they're taking like 37 minutes approximately. Although I did pause to like do like press buttons on my camera to film and to start laundry, and I had to like go back a couple times with the first one, so they're probably closer to the like 35-30 minute mark. But I'm just going to keep going and see how many I can make before I get bored of this pattern. Good morning. It is now Tuesday, so day 2 of preparing for this craft fair. I managed to make 6 frogs yesterday and 2 octopus plushies. So for the frogs, I did 2 of these neon lime green sparkle ones. I don't know if the sparkle shows up on camera, but very, very cute. I did the original 2 that you saw in the like teal color and the dark green color. And I did 2 kind of mossy, sagey green ones. So definitely got a good variety there. And then last night while my husband and I were winding down for the night and watching some Netflix, I did 2 magenta sparkly octos. So I think my plan for this morning is I'm going to make at least 2 more octos and then maybe move on to some of my other amigurumi designs. Because these are going a lot faster than I thought they would. So it's about 11:30 right now. I spent the morning packing for my upcoming trip, so I think I'm just going to dive back into the octos. I have now completed 2 of the little octos. I've got this, I think this is like a thick and quick yarn. It's not the Bernat blanket yarn that I normally use. And then this one in a Bernat baby blanket color. And I had 2 octos made already, so I figured 6 total was probably fine for this event. And I wanted to switch to make something else. I know that I want to make at least 1 chicken, but I'm kind of feeling like trying a new pattern. So I think I'm going to try this little cat pattern that I had saved on Pinterest. I'll remember to add the links to all of these patterns in the description of this video so that you can check them out as well. But I'm kind of feeling like trying a new pattern, and I have some orange yarn to work with, so I'm going to try making this little cat. Hello again everyone, it is craft fair day, so I've got my Stitches and Scribbles t-shirt on and it's about 11 a.m. I'm trying to wrap a few things up. Unfortunately, I had more computer work this morning than I had originally intended, so I'm feeling very frantic and very behind, so I'm gonna have to kind of make a couple like odd decisions as far as what I want to do next. So yesterday I did not get as far as I wanted to, but that's okay. I feel like I'm at a point now where I have enough product that I'll be fine. It's just not as much as I would have wanted. So yesterday I was working on this cat. As you can see, he's not done yet. I just finished the body, which was definitely the biggest part. But since this is a new item, and I know that the chickens have been like on my Instagram before, I think I'm actually going to table finishing the cat for now and do at least one chicken, maybe two if I can squeeze it in, so that I have those for sure ready. And if I get a new item in, fine. If not, like, I'll just finish it for my next craft fair, which will be, I think, sometime in June. So that's the plan for right now. I think I have enough to do one speckled chicken, and if I have time for a second one, I'll do a plain cream color one, because this is all the speckles that I have. So I'm gonna dive back into watching some YouTube while I work and just try to crank out as much as I can today. Alright, it's a little bit later in the afternoon and I did finish my chicken. I think it turned out super cute. And I'm kind of debating what the best plan is at the moment because I'm starting to run out of time. I had some other like computer things that came up that I had to take care of. And I'm also feeling kind of tired and thinking that maybe I need to like just take a break for a few minutes before I actually go to the craft fair. So I think I'm going to stop and pack up my craft fair items, which means I won't be taking the cat with me, but I did get, how many items did I do? I did a chicken, I have a mushroom that I already had made, I have 2 bumblebees that I had made, I now have 6 frogs and 6 total octopuses. So I think that's actually going to be enough for this craft fair. I also am kind of putting off the finishing the cat because I think that one's going to have to be a different price than the chickens and mushrooms because it took so much longer. So I am just going to save that for the next craft fair and just not deal with it today. I will still link the pattern in the description for you in case you were interested in seeing it or finishing it. But this is just, you know, a casual vlog. Just because I happen to be doing this for the craft fair anyway, so I'm not too worried about finishing every single project that I showed. So I think for now I'm going to pack up my boxes, take a little bit of a like cool down break for a while, and then I will show you some more clips at the craft fair. Hello again, I'm back just to wrap up the video. It's actually more than a week after the craft fair, so I wanted to make sure that I popped in just to kind of say how it went. I did do really well at the craft fair, or the open house, considering that it was only 2 hours, and I usually made what I do at one of my farmers markets over the summer. So we definitely had a lot of people in, a lot of people stopping by. I also had a lot of people take my card to look me up online, so that was really nice. Of the things that you actually saw me make in this video, I actually only sold one of the octopuses, and I think that was it from what was made in the video. I did also leave one of the leggy frogs for the chiropractic office's little like kids area, because they have an area with some plushies for kids to play with or kind of take as a like a comfort item into their appointments, I believe. Overall, I sold 2 bumblebees, which I've made many times in the past. I sold a mushroom, a dinosaur, I sold a lavender sachet, a towel tamer, which I have a tutorial for that on my channel, and again the one octopus. So it was a pretty successful craft fair. I think one of the misconceptions I get from people about when I make stuff for craft fairs, especially my family and friends who aren't in kind of the crafty universe, there's a certain amount of stuff that you have to make just so that your table looks good, if that makes sense. So even though I knew I wasn't going to sell every single one of those plushies that I made, I knew I needed at least a certain amount of them to have it look presentable on my craft table. So that's what I did. I was not at all disappointed with how much I sold. I know that I'll continue to sell those over the summer, but since I'm known for plushies, I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of plushies on my table. So that was why I chose to make all the items that I did. And I think that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my crafty, if a little bit chaotic, process for preparing for a craft fair. Thank you again so much for watching. If you want to check me out on other social media, that information will be in the description box below. Also make sure that you hit the subscribe button on my channel so that you can be notified of all of my crafty content. I put out a podcast on most Wednesdays, and I put out another video like this one on Fridays. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!